Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are going to be doing a walkthrough of a digital planner. It's undated and customizable. It's the Beehive Planner. But before we get to the planner walkthrough, I'd like to take a quick walkthrough of the sticker book that it comes with. Because it is an undated planner, I've provided a sticker books with mini calendars and months, weeks, and days. It is hyperlinked. So up here are the mini calendars and down here are the months, weeks, and days. So we'll click on Sunday Start Light Mode. Here's your Sunday starts. So what you'll do is you'll see what day your month begins on, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, etc. And then you'll look to see how many days are in the month, 28, 29, 30, or 31, and you'll choose the calendar that fits that month. If you need to get back to the cover page, just click on the top portion here. And then Sunday Start Dark Mode is the same thing, only in white font. And then we have the Monday Start Light Mode and the Monday Start Dark Mode. And then down here we have light mode. We have January through December in the two different font styles. We have January through December abbreviated in the two font styles. We have morning, afternoon, and evening in the two fonts. Monday through Sunday plus weekend in the two fonts. Monday through Sunday plus weekend abbreviated, and also just the letter, and then the numbers in the two fonts. We also have that same thing in transparent if you want to play with that. We have the same thing there, only transparent, and then the same for dark mode. The white font, and then the white font in transparent. And then a little hidden feature is if you swipe over, you'll get a blank white page. Swipe again, you'll get a blank black page. And this is just a space to put some of your more used stickers in, so you have quick access to those. Again, just tap on the top here to close the sticker book. So you'll be able to easily date your undated planner, which we'll get to now. The Beehive Planner. This is the landscape. It does come in portrait. We'll look at that at the end of the landscape. So to open the planner, you'll just click in the middle here. It'll take you to a blank page. You can do anything with this blank page to begin your planner. To close your planner, you will click on this little bee. And then this beehive is your notebook hive. So when you click on that, it will take you to your notebook hive. There are two different notebook sections. We have one over here, and then we have this one here. This one here has 12 notebooks with 8 subsections. This has 8 notebooks with 12 subsections. If you click on the title bar up here, for these notebooks, it will take you to a page that looks like this. You can title it and list all of your subsections here. If you click back here, it'll take you to this page. Of course, if you click on any of the subsections, it'll take you to that subsection. It'll be highlighted for you here. There's also quick notes on each of the notebook pages, which will take you here so you can just jot down some quick notes. In this notebook section, if you click up here at the title, it'll take you to this page where you'll have all your notebooks listed along with all the subcategories here. If you click on one of your notebooks, it'll take you here. This is notebook 1, and then these are the subsections. If you click on a subsection, it'll highlight that title bar there. You could put a picture or a description, anything in here. And of course, this will take you to quick notes as well from any page of the Notebook Hive. And of course, everything here is hyperlinked, so from this Notebook Hive, you can get to any subsection in the Notebook Hive. So plenty of room there. The little flower over here, this is for your yearly, quarterly, and seasonal planning. We'll start over here with the yearly. Oh, and then down here, before I go any further, down here you can get from any page in this flower section, you can get to the year, which looks like this. You can get to the quarters, which looks like this, and the seasons here. So it's highly hyperlinked, so you can get anywhere within this planner very easily. So let's start with the year. We have the mini months, which here is where you'll put the mini months that I provide you in the sticker book. So you have a yearly overview. We have the mini months with the lines. Same thing, there's just some lines there provided for you. We have a year at a glance, which you can obviously label these, which you can start this planner any time of the year, any month of the year. And then you'll have an overview, year at a glance. We have a yearly visual board, just this honeycomb background where you could put your vision board for the year. Yearly intention. You can list all your intentions over here, and then you can flesh them out in the boxes over here. And then we have some place for some notes. We have 3 yearly goals. We'll click on goal 1, the objective, the reason why, start date and deadline. We have some action steps here and the deadlines for those action steps, and then a progress bar down here to track your progress on each of your goals. And then we have a few yearly financial pages. Here's the yearly financial overview. You put your month on the side here and then list your income, your bills, expenses, debt, savings, donations, and credit score. And then we have a yearly bill tracker. For the bill here, due date, date paid, amount, if it's an auto payment, and then you can check it off over here. A yearly expense tracker, the date, the expense, the description of that expense, the amount, and any notes you may have. And here's the yearly reflection and review that you do at the end of your year. You can list different areas of your life that you can rate from 1 to 10. You have a place for observations, highlights, accomplishments, challenges, what worked well, what needs improvement, I am grateful for, I am letting go of, and refocusing and moving forward, I will. And then we have a year in photos. If you want to choose a photo for each month with a little description, you'll have an overview of your photos for the year, a highlight for each month perhaps. And then we have mini months for next year, so you can use those same mini calendars to put here for the following year, so you can have an overview and take a look for the following year and start planning ahead for that. Okay, so that is the year planning. Now the quarterly planning, we'll start here with the quarterly overview. So you can start this planner any time of the year, so whichever quarter you're starting in, you can list them up here, and then just a nice big space for a quarterly overview for each quarter. Quarterly topics, this takes it and divides it into 3 subsections for each quarter. The quarterly checklist has 3 sections that you can label and check off as you go for each quarter. We have a quarterly focus. 4 quarters here, click on one of those. You can put a mini calendar over here and then a nice big space for your focus for that month and each of the 3 months of the quarter. And then quarter notes. the same, you can put your mini calendar here, and then you can, it'll be 3 different boxes, so you can kind of flesh out what notes you're taking for each month of that quarter. And then quarterly intentions. You can put your quarterly intentions over here and then flesh them out in these boxes over here. And then of course a place for notes. And then we have quarterly goals. You can list the quarter here, and for each quarter I've put in four goals. So if you click on goal 1, you can put which quarter it is here for goal 1. You have your objective, just like the yearly goals. Objective, the reason why, start date, deadline, action steps, deadlines for those action steps, and a progress bar. So you can break your goals down for each quarter. And you have 4 separate goals there. If you come down here, you have quarterly calendars for each of the 4 quarters. You have a space over here for your mini calendars, a nice big open box here, and then you have basically a calendar here, 1 through 31. You can put little things in these boxes so you can see the calendar for the 4 quarters all on one page here. And then quarterly reflections, just like the yearly reflection, you can break down the areas and rate them from 1 to 10. And you have the same observations, highlights, accomplishments, challenges, what worked well, what needs improvement, I am grateful for, I am letting go of, and refocusing and moving forward I will. So I think it's really good to take a moment and reflect and readjust accordingly. So that is the quarterly planning. Now over to the seasonal planning, we have a seasonal overview. Depending on when you begin your planner, you list your seasons up here, and then there's 3 different boxes that you can label and do seasonal overview for things that you're planning seasonally. You have a seasonal checklist. Again, 4 columns, 3 categories underneath, and a place to check off as you go. We have a seasonal wheel. So you can have this visual of the wheel, the 4 seasons, and they're broken up into the beginning of the season and the end of the season. And that's reflected over here, where you could put the season and then the 2 halves of the different season and break it up that way. And then you have seasonal focus. Again, the mini calendars here, and a nice big space for your seasonal focus. Your seasonal tasks, a place for notes. You have a monthly overview for each of the 4, and then a monthly breakdown for week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can really flesh that out. And then we have, we have a seasonal visual board. So for each season, you can make a visual board. And then for each season, you can do some memory keeping with some photos. So that is the yearly, quarterly, and seasonal planning under this flower icon here. The next icon along the side is this little honey pot. And this is all of the templates. We have more lifestyle type templates, and then we have planning templates. So for the lifestyle, we have lifestyle, finances, photo collections, lists, projects and tasks, and paper. And then we have monthly, weekly, daily, and hybrid planning templates. A hybrid is a mix of a daily planning page along with that week's planning. So you can look at it on one page. So let's go through all of these. We'll start with the finance. We have the monthly budget flow. This is a flow chart. I won't go through everything on these templates. If you want me to go through each of the categories, I do have a walkthrough of my Honeycomb Planner. And the Honeycomb Planner does come with these same templates. So if you want a little bit more in-depth explanation to this, you can go ahead and check that out. But since there's so many templates in this Beehive Planner, we're going to just swipe through. So here's your finance templates. Actually, let's do it this way so you know so that was the monthly budget flow. Okay. Next one up is the monthly budget plan. Weekly budget. Weekly spending. Transaction log. Subscription tracker. Order tracker. Sinking funds tracker. Debt tracker. And savings tracker. Whoops, excuse me. Savings tracker looks like this. So those are your finance templates. Next, let's go to lifestyle. Here is what's called currently. Your book tracker. Your movie tracker. Series tracker. Listening to. Special event. Travel planning. Affirmations. Daily gratitude. And reflect and review. And then on to the photo collections. There are 5 different photo collages. And then a photo a day for 28, 29, 30, and 31 days. So here is the collage number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have the photo a day, which has the little numbers in the middle, so you can put a photo in for every day. Here's 28, 29, 30, and 31. And then we have the lists. Here's a general make a list. Meal planning. Wish list. Gifts to buy. Contact list. Password tracker. And a brain dump. And then next is the projects and tasks. We have focus 3 goals. Master task tracker. Task flow. And project planning. And then the next is all of the paper. So we have the blank and then the different lined papers. Here's the dots, graph, honeycomb, suns, moons, stars, and then we have a light gray, a medium gray, a dark gray, and a black. So that's all the papers. Now these templates you can use in your notebook hive to organize over there. The monthly planning sections, which over here, the little honeycombs, we have 12 of them there. Of course, you can start this planner any month of the year and label it accordingly. But each of these, if you click over here, it's just going to take you to a cover page. And then they're the same. You'll see over here it changes to month 2, swipe, month 3. So this is just the cover that you can title and then put anything that you want behind here. A standalone planner, you can organize this anyway. This is designed to be very customizable, so you can make it what you want. But let's now go through the templates for the planning. We'll start with the month, and here's 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 5 weeks with sidebar, 6 week sidebar, 5 weeks line sidebar, 6 weeks line sidebar, 5 weeks 28-day list. So you have your calendar here and then a list for 28 days. And then of course it'll be 5 weeks with 29 days, 5 weeks with 30 days, 5 weeks with 31 days, and then it goes into the 6 weeks with 28 days, 29, 30, and 31. And then the one after this is 5 weeks, 28-day focus. So this one we have the calendar here with 5 weeks. We have intention, inspiration, focus, and this month. And then we have a tracker here with 28 days. So a nice overall focus monthly calendar. And then we'll swipe through. It's the same, but this one has 29 days, 5 weeks with 30 days, 5 weeks with 31 days, and then we're to the 6 weeks with 28 days, 29, 6 weeks with 30, and 31. So those are the monthly focus. And then we have the 28-day quotes. So we'll click on that. This is a monthly calendar that has little quote bubbles, so you can put your quote for the month. You can put one of your mini calendars here to have a traditional calendar, and then you can put whatever you want in these little quote boxes. So this is 28, 29, 30, and 31. And then next we have the Honeycomb monthly. So here's 28, 29, 30, and 31 with little honeycombs that you can label with the number and then something a little bit different than just a traditional box month. And that is all of the monthly planning templates. Next we have the week. We'll click on that. And I'm just going to flip through this. Here's the weekly. You can put kind of whatever you want in this box up here. Maybe label your weeks up here. And then this is from 6 to 10 for each week. So time blocking there. This one is the same, only it goes from 6 to 6. This one is a half an hour time block, so 6:30 to 6:30 for each day of the week. We have one that's 5 days instead of 7 days for more of a work week schedule, from 6 until 10 with 5 days. We have another 5-day with 6 to 6 time blocking. Here's one with 5 days with the half an hour, 6:30 or 6 and then 6:30, 6, 6:30, 7, 7:30, all the way to 6:30 for 5 days. And then we have here, we have the 5 days here and then a weekend over here. We have this week, a little tracker, intention, inspiration, and focus. Here we have a focus 3 up here, your intention, you have a tracker, you have a checklist for the week, and then you have the weekly planning and the little honeycombs here. Here you have a weekday to do, a weekend to do, and then a weekend inspiration, intention for the week, your weekday focus. You have your 5 days here, and then a spot for the weekend. So here you can kind of separate your work week and your weekend. Here we have intention, the weekday focus, weekday to do, weekend to do, a tracker, weekend inspiration, and this has the 6 arches. So you can separate it however you'd like there for your weekly planning. Here we have the 7 days here for each day of the week, separated in 2 different boxes, however you want to do that. And then along with this, if you want to do your meal planning, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, and here's a grocery list. So weekly planning more for meal prep. Here we have your 7 days, and this is more of an affirmations weekly planning. You have your affirmations here, your I am statements, 3 of those. You have a little space for inspiration, and then you have limited beliefs I am letting go of, and elevated beliefs I am embracing. So this is a little bit more of a self-care affirmations weekly page. There's also a place up here for one of your mini calendars. This one has your weekly planning here, plus a reflections for the week. So again, with your reflection pages, you have your space for the different areas of your life that you rate from 1 to 10. And then again, all of your observations, accomplishments, challenges, highlights, what worked well, what needs improvement, grateful for, letting go of, and refocusing. So you can do this on a weekly basis as well, your reflections. And here is just some color blocking for a weekly layout. Here we have a 24-hour, just each hour gets a line. We also have on these weather, if you want to track your weather. For the weather icons, there's also when the sun rises, when the sun sets. We have a moon. We have wind. We have rain, we have snow, we have the high temperature, low temperature, precipitation, any weather warnings, anything like that. So if you like to track your weather, we also have the moon cycle over here if you want to track your moon cycles. We also have all these sweet little emoji icons if you want to track your mood. And again, here we have all your weather icons here to track your weather, your moons, moon phases, your mood. This is time blocking from 6 to 6 with nice big boxes for the morning and the afternoon, and a space for some mini vision board or inspiration. Here we have the same thing, only divided into half an hour time blocks. Here we have the same thing, only with morning, afternoon, and evening, if you want to break up your day that way and you don't have to do specific time blocking. Here we have time blocking from 6 to 6, all your weather tracking, mood tracking, moon phase, and just 3 nice big places for a focus 3 for the day. And this is the same thing with only with half an hour time blocking if you need to be more specific. Here we have 6 to 10 time blocking, and then we have some checklists, 4 different checklists there, and your inspiration board here, and then all your mood, moon, and weather tracking. Same thing, only with half an hour time blocks. Here we have a couple of different checklists with morning, afternoon, and evening. If that's how you want to block your day, the inspiration board, weather, moon, and mood tracking. Here we have 6 to 10 with also a morning, afternoon, and evening block here if you need to kind of do both. We have some blank space also for widgets or decorating anything else. Over here we have our mood emojis, weather and moon phases again. Here, same thing, only half an hour time blocks with just a bigger space here for you to do what you need to do there. Here we have morning, afternoon, and evening, and 2 focus for the day. You can flush that out here. We have some inspiration space. Here's our emojis over here, and moon phase and weather. Here we have more of a half page, so some room for decorating or widgets or what have you. 6 to 6 time blocking, focus 3, and a checklist. Here is the same thing, only with half hour time blocking, 6 to 6. Here we have the same thing, but instead of time blocking, it's morning, afternoon, and evening. Here we have 6 to 10, and separated over here into boxes for morning, afternoon, and evening. An inspiration board here, and a focus 3. Same thing with half hour time blocking. Here we have 6 to 10 time blocking with a checklist and a focus 3 with some space over here open to you. Same thing, only half an hour time blocking. Here we have our weather, our mood emojis, our moon cycles. I am grateful for, we have 3 of those. You have an inspiration space here, and today was great because, make tomorrow better by, I am motivated by, and I am letting go of. And then we have your time blocking over here from 6 to 6. This is the same as the previous, only instead of the time blocking 6 to 6, we have morning, afternoon, and evening. And here we have a daily color block with your mood emojis over here. Okay, and here's where we get into the hybrid. Those were all the dailies, and these were going into the hybrid. And like I said, the hybrid is more of a page that's showing both your daily planning and the weekly planning. So we'll start up here, a space for your mini calendar. Here you can do time blocking if you wanted, or you could do checklists. I kept that open for you. Here's a space for morning, afternoon, and evening. And then over here is the weekly, so you can label your days of the weeks here, and then we have a time blocking from 6 to 6 here. So you can fill this in for the week if you need to reference that for your daily planning. The next hybrid is a time block for your dailies from 6 to 6. You do have some open space here to do with what you please. Here's a space for your mini calendar, and then space for your weekly plans over here. So you can have both of those on the same page. Here's the same thing, only with half-hour time blocks. And the same thing, only with morning, afternoon, and evening blocks. Here we have the weekly planning over on this side that you can fill out with each day of the week. And then we have 3 spaces here for focus 3, or however you want to use those. Maybe you can use this one for the week, these 2 for the day, however you want to do. A place for your mini calendar, and then your daily time blocking from 6 to 6. Here's the same thing, only the time blocking is in half-an-hour increments. And same thing again, but morning, afternoon, and evening for your daily. Here we have your weekly over here, along with your little mini monthly calendar. Here we have time blocking from 6 to 6, a box for the morning, a box for the afternoon. Same thing, only half-an-hour time blocks, and same thing, only morning, afternoon, and evening blocks. Here we have the weekly over here. We have 2 sets of checklists, place for your mini monthly calendar, and time blocking from 6 to 10. Same thing, half-an-hour increments. Same thing, morning, afternoon, and evening. Here we have the daily time blocking from 6 until 10. We have the spaces here along with an open rectangle box here. We have a top 3, we have another open box, and here's where we have the weekly, and again a space for a monthly calendar. Half-an-hour time blocking, and the morning, afternoon, and evening time blocking. Same format. Here we have the weekly, the 7-day week here, maybe with 3 boxes for the weekly, and then we have a daily top 3 here with the time blocking from 6 to 6. Same thing with half-an-hours, and then same thing with morning, afternoon, and evening time blocking. Here we have the daily time blocking from 6 to 6. We have a circle for the morning, a circle for the evening, or perhaps this is completely what you want to do. This is just what my brain was thinking when I was designing this. We have a list here. You can title it here with your list, title it here with your list, and then over here is where you can put your weekly planning along with your monthly calendar up here. Here's the same thing, only with morning, afternoon, and evening. And then here is the weekly planning down here in these little arches, a place for your monthly calendar, a nice big open space up here. Over here for your daily, you also have an open space for your morning, afternoon, and evening. Okay, and then we're on to the paper, so that means we are finished with the walkthrough. All of the templates, we went through the month, week, day, and hybrid, and then all of the lifestyle templates. We know that we can put those in our notebook hive. We can also organize them in our monthly planning sections over here. So that is the Beehive Planner, Undated, Customizable. Let's go ahead and quickly look at the Portrait Beehive Planner. It's going to be the same thing. It's just formatted a little different since the orientation is different. So we'll take a quick look at that. Here's what the notebook hive looks like. And here's what the yearly, quarterly, and seasonal looks like. Everything's going to be pretty much the same on that. Here's what the templates look like. We have, on the portrait version, we have the lifestyles up here, and then here's all your monthlies down here. And of course, everything is going to be formatted a little bit differently because of the orientation. Let's take a look here. I guess we can just swipe through. Here's the months. We're going to have skinnier boxes for the months, but longer. Everything is just going to be kind of elongated, and it just depends on what orientation you're used to. I tend to do landscape, and I know that people are pretty divided. You either really love landscape or you really love portrait. So I wanted to make both. There's a little bit more room in landscape. I think that's why I like it. It can spread out a little bit. But the portrait is really good for certain things as well. So let's just go through these. Here's the Honeycomb monthlies. Here's the weeklies. Yeah, some of these have quite a different orientation, but they all have the same content. There's really nothing important that was left out of the portrait orientation. I wanted to keep the same content in both of them. It just might be a little bit smaller, but otherwise you'll still have plenty to choose from. There's so many templates in here. So I think you'll find something that works for you. I know that it's important for me to have a customizable planner so I don't get bored. So I have a lot of variety. You know, no week, no day looks the same for me. I like to have options. So my planner will work for me. I'm not trying to change myself for my planner. I'm letting my planner work for me and giving myself lots of options so I can plan each day for what it is, for what that day is, for what that week is. So that's why there's so many options. I like to have the variety. There's some years that we don't get to our planners in January. Maybe we start in February. Maybe you start your year in spring. Maybe you start it in a different time of year. So I think everyone is different. And so I wanted to give people options so you can use it any time of year. You can date it yourself from the time that you start planning. And I think it's a good option for those who don't want to have the same planner pages every day. And so thank you so much for watching. This is the Beehive Planner. Again, it comes with the little hyperlink sticker book. If you want to take a look at my other planner, it's a little bit different system. It uses inserts, which are just like big stickers for your planning pages, and we go through that. So if you're interested in that, it's the Honeycomb Planner. I'll link it below. But those are the two planners I currently have available. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and Happy New Year.